Dr. Michael O'Brien has been bringing his pioneering approach to senior executive leadership to audiences throughout the world for well over 20 years. His focus on how leadership is the hardest and the most needed during periods of high change is particularly relevant in today's fast-paced business environment. Dr. O'Brien's 2 books, Profit from Experience and Quicksilver, have been helping leaders improve their performance for years. He has also contributed numerous articles in leading business and leadership publications on today's leadership challenges.
If you're not in conversation, you might be okay with Jack, but we're not really in a relationship unless we're in a conversation. And a lot of that conversation occurs live with you and Jack, and a lot of that conversation occurs quietly in your head in the stories that you have. What about Jack? You can't really lead other people out of their fears until you've learned to recognize and manage yours. The adult mind is pretty well set. Well, that's what we all are. Our minds are pretty well set. And a lot of the things that we think we know dictate and run our lives. Here's the thing about leadership. It is abnormal. Understanding that often people do strange things because they're afraid of looking bad, of failure, of something. And oftentimes you don't even know exactly what they're afraid of. You just need to know that they're with fear right now, so they're in a fight or flight response. Great. Well, just put a little appreciation, put a little love around that, and you'll get some different responses possibly.
As a speaker, Dr. O'Brien brings to his audiences the same leadership practices that he teaches CEOs and senior executive teams in his coaching sessions in Fortune 500 corporations throughout the U.S., including New York Life, Catholic Healthcare Partners, LensCrafters, AT&T, Mercy Health Partners, and Xerox.
Having your fear is very different than your fear having you. Because when you have it, then you can make leadership requests or offers that open up pathways for action and positive change. Very frequently around the office, we spend a lot of time in meetings shifting the blame from one person to another and getting other people to agree with us that it really is your fault. All that's very interesting and for the most part completely useless. You experience a lot of threats, a lot of fight or flight responses, a lot of stress, and you don't add enough oxygen to it. Over time, you literally weaken all your dense muscles, most especially your heart.
He blends his message with humor and a highly participatory and interactive style that draws his audiences into the subject, regardless of their size.
How many of us have said, I should have never, ever said, I should have kept my mouth shut? Right? See, y'all not dumb. We're not stupid. We tried to say what was on our mind, and then Charlie really got mad at me. Last time I told somebody how I felt, she divorced me. I ain't doing that again. Thinking, oh, I'm going to be a better person. Oh, I'm going to stop interrupting people. Thinking that is about 1% of the change process.
Many participants contact Dr. O'Brien after his leadership sessions to thank him for the impact that his message has had on their organizations and on themselves as leaders. For more information on how Dr. O'Brien can customize an entertaining and thought-provoking session for your meeting or conference, please click the link at the top of this website.